Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Coco Gauff sends Taylor Townsend honest message after dramatic Canadian Open clash. In 2022, Coco Gauff won the Canadian Open title, teaming up with Jessica Pegula. Following that impressive triumph, she became the women's doubles world #1 for the first time in her career. Reacting to that historic moment, Gauff had then said, "As a kid, I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't even know there were separate rankings for singles and doubles. But when I got on tour, and when I realized I could do well in doubles, yes, I wanted to." After being runner-up in the championship matches at the 2021 US Open and the 2022 French Open, Gauff finally tasted success in the doubles events at the Major in 2024 when she won the doubles title alongside Katerina Siniakova at the French Open. Following that incredible triumph, she stated, "After I lost the first two doubles finals, I thought, well, okay, I reached that point. Maybe I should focus on singles." She found success when her expectations were at their lowest. But due to a lack of appearances at the doubles event in the next few months, Gauff has now dropped to 183rd position in the rankings. However, partnering with her compatriot, McCartney Kessler, Gauff recently managed to clinch the title at the 2025 Canadian Open. They defeated Taylor Townsend and China's Zhang Shuai in the final by 6-4, 1-6, 13-11. Following this incredible triumph, Coco Gauff sent a heartfelt message to both Kessler and her opponents. Speaking about her doubles partner, she said, "I'd like to thank McCartney for teaming up with me this week and being so clutch. Just two tiebreakers back-to-back. She saved the day. So, I appreciated that." Later on, while sharing her thoughts about the new world #1 in doubles, Taylor Townsend and her partner Zhang Shuai, she added, "Congratulations to Taylor, Townsend, and Zhang Shuai individually. Both are amazing people and amazing players, and have been at the top of the game, and I love you guys. So, thank you for a great match." Coco Gauff shares a very strong bond with Taylor Townsend. Earlier this year, when Taylor Townsend and Katerina Siniakova won the doubles title at the 2025 AO, she congratulated them through a social media post with the caption, "Yes, girls at Townsend at Siniakova Katerina." Later on, when Taylor Townsend secured the top spot in the doubles ranking, Coco Gauff was among the first ones to congratulate her on her success. In a pre-tournament interview in Montreal, Gauff said, "Yeah, it's super cool. Well, I've known Taylor for a long time and I always root for her. And I was really happy to see. I've always considered her, one of the best doubles players, probably right there with Siniakova, like the best on tour. So, it's great to see that ranking kind of match where, I think a lot of players see her as." Having said that, she wished Townsend would stay at the top for a long time, further cementing their strong camaraderie. In 2023, when Coco Gauff won her maiden Grand Slam title, US Open, Townsend expressed her emotions through a social media post, highlighting her pride for the youngster. Following her title triumph in the doubles event of the Canadian Open, Gauff is now all set to start her campaign at the Cincinnati Open. Can she make a strong comeback in the singles event with an impressive start at her next tournament? Time will tell. Coco Gauff's probable opponents at the 2025 Cincinnati Open. The unexpected outcome was her loss to Victoria Mboko in the R16 match at the Canadian Open. But that's what makes tennis even more fascinating, and that's how new superstars rise. Although Coco Gauff has a win-loss record of 33-11 this season, she has won just 2 matches since her Roland Garros triumph. Just a few days ago, tennis legend Lindsay Davenport shared her thoughts on Gauff's current situation and her prospects for the Cincinnati Open during a conversation on the Tennis Channel Live podcast. She said, "It's not a perfect situation for her to be unhooked. I mean, the pressure's off. She's won her second major, but when you've won majors and your goal is to be #1 in the world and to be the best, this is not okay." Yeah, I mean, Gauff could tell herself, "Oh, well, don't worry. I just won Roland Garros." That's not how a champion's mind works. She further added, "No question she is like, okay, I got to get better for the US Open. It's got to start now." I'd imagine she's back on the practice court today or tomorrow working on things to try and get some momentum in Cincy. Coco Gauff won the title at Cincinnati in 2023, but last year she went down to Yulia Putintseva in her very first match. She has won 6 of her 10 matches at this tournament, with just one of those wins coming outside of 2023. Now, her probable opponents in this year's Cincinnati Open, she'll be starting her campaign against either Wang Xinyu or Emiliana Arango. If Gauff wins that match, she will probably face Diana Yastremska in the next round. The American will be keen to take her revenge on the Ukrainian, especially after what happened at Wimbledon this year. Following that, Yelena Ostapenko will probably be her opponent in the 4th round, before setting up a heavyweight clash against either Alina Svitolina or Naomi Osaka in the QF. If everything goes right, we could well see an All-American clash in the SF, as Jessica Pegula could be her major obstacle in securing a spot in the final. Suppose Coco Gauff overcomes this hurdle as well, then she'll have to face either Aryna Sabalenka or IJ Swiatek to get her hands on the title. The road to title triumph looks arduous for Coco Gauff. It wasn't just the blistering forehands, the lung-busting rallies, or the dramatic tiebreak that had fans on their feet at the Canadian Open on Tuesday night. It was the raw emotion, 2 American stars, Coco Gauff and Taylor Townsend, pushing each other to the brink in a 3-set battle that was equal parts athletic and poetic. But it was what happened after the match that truly stole hearts around the world. Coco Gauff, the reigning U.S. Open champion and current world number 3, edged out a gutsy and resurgent Taylor Townsend 6-4, 5-7, 7-6-7, in what is already being hailed as one of the best matches of the tournament. However, after the final ball had been struck and the crowd's roar began to settle, Gauff approached the net, not with triumph, but with tenderness. And then came the message, a battle beyond the baseline. The match itself was a theater of intensity. Townsend, long known for her unorthodox and attacking net game, charged the court with purpose, slicing through Gauff's rhythm early on. Gauff, equally determined, countered with explosive ground strokes and court coverage that had fans gasping. It was chess with tennis rackets. Each set swung like a pendulum. Gauff took the first, but Townsend stormed back in the second with fearless serve and volley tactics. In the third, neither woman gave an inch. The final set tiebreak was a masterclass in drama. Townsend saved 3 match points before finally succumbing to Gauff's cross-court forehand winner that clipped the line. They met at the net, both breathless. Gauff pulled Townsend in and whispered something into her ear before the two shared a heartfelt embrace. What did she say? Later that evening, in a press conference packed with reporters, still riding the emotional high of the match, Coco revealed the message that left many speechless. "You inspire me more than you know." I told Taylor, "You inspire me more than you know." That match could have gone either way. "You brought out the best in me tonight." Gauff shared, her voice calm but reflective. "It's one thing to be a great tennis player, but Taylor is a great person. The fight she shows every time she steps on court, it's something I truly look up to." In a sport that often exalts solo glory, Gauff's words were a refreshing celebration of sisterhood and respect. And the sentiment wasn't one-sided. Taylor Townsend, visibly emotional in her own press conference, responded to Gauff's praise with equal grace. "Coco's the future, but she's also the present," Townsend said. "She's one of the fiercest competitors out there. But to hear those words from her, after the war we just went through, it meant everything. She sees me, and that matters." Shared histories, diverging journeys. Both Gauff and Townsend have walked challenging paths, albeit very different ones. Townsend, once a teenage phenom herself, faced intense scrutiny about her fitness and body type, even being denied funding by the USTA early in her career despite being the #1 junior in the world. She's battled injuries, self-doubt, and has juggled motherhood while still competing at the highest level. At 29, her presence on the court now is not just a testament to talent, but to resilience. Gauff, now 21, exploded onto the global stage at just 15 after defeating Venus Williams at Wimbledon. She has since carried the weight of expectation with grace, capturing her first Grand Slam at Flushing Meadows and becoming a vocal advocate for social justice along the way. Yet despite her fame, she remains grounded. never forgetting those who paved the path before her. There's a lineage, Gauff said. What Taylor's gone through, fighting for her place, her voice, her right to be exactly who she is, it's powerful. I owe her and others like her a lot. A new kind of rivalry. The match was more than a competition, it was a conversation. One between generations, between styles, and between experiences. Gauff represents the new guard, lightning speed, precision, mental fortitude sharpened on the biggest stages. Townsend, though, is a throwback with modern grit, crafting points with soft hands and a boldness rarely seen in today's baseline-dominated game. And yet, there was no animosity, only admiration. They say rivalries are about wanting to beat someone, Gauff said, smiling. But I think the best ones are about bringing out the best in each other. That's what tonight felt like. Townsend echoed the sentiment. Iron sharpens iron. If I made Coco better tonight, then I did my job. And she made me better too. Tennis with heart. In a sport that too often centers around rankings, statistics, and records, moments like these are rare and essential. They remind fans why they watch. Not just for forehands and winners, but for the humanity. Social media erupted in the aftermath of the match. Hashtag Gauff Townsend trended worldwide, with fans and fellow athletes praising the mutual respect on display. Serena Williams posted on Instagram, proud of both these women. Tennis is in good hands. Billie Jean King chimed in on X, formerly Twitter, incredible match. But even more incredible sportsmanship. Coco and Taylor, you both made history tonight. Even LeBron James posted a clip of the final point with the caption, now that's heart. Looking forward, together. Though Gauff advances to the quarterfinals in Toronto, her focus was still with her opponent hours later. She deserves to win titles, Gauff said of Townsend, and I believe she will. Honestly, I'm just honored to share the court with her. Townsend, for her part, left with her head held high. Sometimes you lose the match, but win in other ways, she said. This was one of those nights. I'm walking out stronger than I came in. Their embrace at the net was replayed on highlight reels across the world, not because of who won or lost, but because of what it symbolized. Mutual recognition, respect, and love. Final thoughts. In the annals of tennis, matches like Federer versus Nadal or Serena versus Sharapova are etched into memory for their intensity and implications. But sometimes the most powerful matches are not just about who hoists the trophy, but about the quiet, honest moments in between. The 2025 Canadian Open may crown a champion this Sunday, but for many, the real victory came on Tuesday night under the Toronto lights, when two women, after a fight worthy of legends, found time to lift each other up. Because tennis is a solo sport in name only,